is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
Alrighty, we will get to Dolphins questions. Give me a minute, but there's another story in town, and he covers it, and he knows way more than we do. So, like I said, we're hosers, and he's Canadian, so it's automatic. It's automatic. What's this phase on your? What the hell is going on with this?
I don't know. Let's try. It's bad lighting coming this thing. Are
you with Cheech and Chong right now? Is there like a lot of smoke?
Oh, that's funny. Take my normal spot.
I'm telling you, bro. There's a cumulonimbus cloud hanging around you there.
There's weird. Let's try this now. Any better?
A little better. Yeah. Now you got some color. Okay, there we go. Now the back looks like black and white. Like you're playing with us in these filters. Nice job by you.
Trying to remain mysterious.
Yes, clearly. Dude, how concerned should we be as Panther fans? Because, as I love this team. I want them to succeed. And every time they have these moments that you have the opportunity to capture everybody's attention and really get them on board, this would be catastrophic if they lose in the first round. How concerned should we be right now?
Oh, should be very concerned. But here's the thing, and I know I've told you this before, and I've said this to anybody who's talked about the Panthers. Regular season hockey and playoff hockey, two different animals. And the thing is, what you saw from the Panthers in the regular season with a team that's skated better than everybody else, playmaking ability up the wazoo with the puck, great finesse team. Playoffs is all about grinding, toughness, board battles, stick your butt in front of the net and dare the defenseman to move you out, or vice versa, do the same to their opposing forwards. It does not play to the Panthers game. So that's why, as good as they were in the regular season, immediately what they are as a team drops a level because of the style of playoff hockey. Right. And in Washington, they're facing a team. Washington had over 100 points. Not like Washington's a scrub team.
Oh, no. The whole conference was
correct. The whole conference was a complete beast, those top 8 teams. And Washington is a physical team. And you will hear that practically in every round the Panthers will ever play with the roster constructed the way it is right now. The other team is a tougher team, more physical team than the Panthers. So having said all that, they got smoked 6-1 on Saturday. But the truth is, it was 1-1 in the second period. Barkov had a glorious chance right in the front of the net. The goalie sticks out his pad, makes a save. Washington goes down the end. It's 2-1. And then all of a sudden, it goes. Right. So to say this, they got smoked 6-1. The score made the game look a whole lot worse than the reality of the game, and that's part of hockey. There's puck luck involved. You can get a hot goalie. Samsonov gave up a really soft goal to Huberdeau right away. It was a really, really nice shot.
He made some other saves that are pretty damn good.
Correct. And then all of a sudden, he made a lot of really, really nice saves.
Yeah.
So
I was watching that going, don't they have goalie issues? Don't they they're not really comfortable with either goalie or something? And it's like, I'm watching this. I'm like, and that's the problem with playoff hockey, that if a goalie gets hot, holy crap. Now you're, if you can score some goals, and you're going to get on a roll, because that's one thing you can't really alter. When a goalie gets on ahead and starts spinning and blocking everything in sight, that's the beauty of that sport sometimes.
No, and it's the fickle nature of the playoffs in hockey. That's why hockey playoffs are impossible to predict, much more so than any other sport. And if you remember in 2016 when the Panthers played the Islanders, if the series had been scored like in boxing, the Panthers would have won the series easily, except that their goalie, Thomas Greiss, went nuts that series. He's never been anywhere near that good ever since. And then, and he basically was a difference. Him and then John Tavares was a one-man show going crazy. So, yeah, obviously there's reason for concern. They're down 2-1, and they deserve to be down 2-1. They're still a good team, but again, they're not necessarily a team that's built ideally for the playoffs. Let's be honest.
I'm with you there. It's just and dude, that's the thing. you lose this after that season. Oh my God. It's just, most people don't trust this organization as it is because they always look like, oh yeah, no, they'll choke in the playoffs. They'll choke in the playoffs. And then we're trying to sell them that this is not the year. This is a different team. And they do this. Oh my God. It's going to be a real uphill battle for that organization. And you know what? Here's the screwed up part. Viola and Sifu have done everything possibly you can do as owners, bro. I don't know what more you can ask those gentlemen. Anything you ask them, they do it. Whatever you need. You know what I mean? It's truly amazing.
No, and they made a lot of great acquisitions in the offseason over the past couple of years. Everything they've done has really hit. Again, the problem with the Panthers as they're constructed, they don't have quite enough still playoff type players. And there is such a thing. I mean, who have been their two best skaters forwards? Forget it, Bobrovsky's actually been very good. Their two best skaters to me have been Mason Marchment and probably Sam Bennett. And if you go down the list for regular season, it would be Barkov, it would be Huberdeau, it would be Sam Reinhart, it would be, other guys above them. But those are the guys because they have that style. Marchment's been outstanding. And he's 7 or 8 on the list of players from the regular season. So it's scary.
All right, so you took a deep dive on Skyler, the 7th round pick. What did you see from the Dolphins quarterback?
No, it's my colleague at All Dolphins, my new writer Dante Colinelli, who took a deep dive on Skyler Thompson. Obviously very familiar with what he wrote, since I edited the story. No, it's kind of there's some what's the word I'm looking for? Some deficiencies in terms of pure athletic ability, but he's got a lot of things to like in that he makes quick decisions. He's athletic enough with the mobility. He's also got a ton of experience. He's played a lot. We mentioned his age earlier, 25 years old. So there are some things there. And again, I go back to the big question with him is, again, he's going to be able to show enough to convince the Dolphins to keep 3 quarterbacks on the 53-man roster. But
does
there
he
are
look like a guy that really is going to he's probably going to be stashed on the practice squad, right? Does it look like a guy that will be able to live on the practice squad without being taken, in other words?
Correct. And then that's a question. Yeah, because again, if he's not good enough to be a number 2 for the Dolphins, or I'm sorry, to be a number 3 on the 53 for the Dolphins, is he going to be good enough for that? But there may be a team elsewhere who might not have an issue with keeping 3 quarterbacks on the 53. That's what it comes down to.
Do you look at him like he could be a gimmick guy? Does that look like it?
Yeah.
I'm being told he's being more groomed to be a backup quarterback, actually. So it's like when you lose Teddy next year, maybe you can elevate him if he's good enough, if he's made enough progress. That's kind of what I'm being told, that it's more his upside is backup quarterback, not really starter.
Correct.
You tell me.
But if that's the case, again, are you going to keep him on the 53 the whole year for that? And if you do, that's fine, because your 53rd player is really not necessarily that relevant on a week-to-week basis. Do you take the chance of passing him through waivers and hope that there's not a team out there that does want to keep a 3rd quarterback and see something in him like that the possibility of a solid future backup?
All right, good stuff. What'd you think of the F1? I will say this: if they don't have chemistry, it isn't because of the offseason. That's for damn sure. Those guys have hung around each other a lot. The players have been around each other a lot for different events. They've had plenty of time to create some camaraderie too.
No, and it's not going to hurt. I don't think it's going to win you games, but I don't think it's going to. It doesn't hurt either. And as we mentioned, it's right in their backyard basically. So it made sense that everybody participated, and then it was very cool to see a bunch of Dolphin players at the Panther game last Thursday. Yeah. And then Mike Gesicki's tweet, he said, "Hey, my first Panther game they won, so see you Wednesday night." So hopefully he comes back out there for Game 5 on Wednesday night.
Yeah, by the way, that's the other thing I brought up that sucks for the Heat and for the Panthers, because the Capitals are 25-10-6 on the road this season. The Sixers are 27-14 on the road, and they were 24-17 at home. So they were a better road team than a home team. And the Capitals are a dominant road team, dude. I mean, 26, 10, and 6.
Well,
25, 10, and 6. Bro, that's dominant.
Two major factors in both of those series also is two star players on the mend. Joel Embiid, his return income changes that whole series entirely. And then Ovechkin looked like he had a lot more juice in him on Saturday than he did in the two games in Florida, where he looked like he wasn't moving. He wasn't throwing his body around. Definitely looked like the shoulder injury he sustained very late in the regular season was a factor where he looked a lot more like the Ovechkin that we know on Saturday. And if he continues like that, then that's a problem.
Scary. Yeah, that's a major
Dude
problem.
Dude can play.
What are you working on there at Sports Illustrated so the folks can check you out, sir?
Well, we had the film study on Skylar Thompson. I did a post-draft positional breakdown on the offense last week, so I'm going to do the defense this week. Anything else that might pop up. We're starting to get some games leaked for the NFL schedule. We had the first.
Somebody was asking about the Bills and Dolphins in week 1. Is that true? I have no idea.
It's not been leaked. Well, what we do know is that we won't have the Bills and Dolphins in week 2 like we had the last 2 years, because the Bills are playing at home on that second Monday night against the Tennessee Titans. So it'll be nice. Yeah, it was kind of weird the last 2 years, the exact same first 2 games at New England, Buffalo at home. So it'd be nice to have a change. Yeah, I have no problems opening with Buffalo at home. That works.
I don't know if it's true or not, but whatever.
Yeah,
it is what it is. Whether it is that or not, whatever, we'll get there. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Follow him on Twitter at Poupart NFL. And of course, you can also keep up with him following the hockey playoffs too, and the Florida Panthers there. You can keep up with them there. Alan, we will catch up later on in the week, my friend. Thank you, sir.
Sounds good. Hopefully we have some good Panther news.
Yes, I hope so. God, we need it tonight. Be good. All right, there you go, Alan Poupart. Give me 2 minutes. Quick break. Throat. Later.